Welcome back, I'm Sean, and today we're checking out one of the best speakerphones I've ever tested with an algorithm to wipe out any noise possible to give you crystal clear calls. So let's check it out.
I know, but I can never match your name or face. My fault, I didn't notice it was out of place. You painted fairy tales on the wall.
So today's speakerphone was sent over to me by AnkerWork for a review, and although these were sent over to me, this is not a sponsored post and this review will be based on my honest and unbiased opinion. So the S600 is one of AnkerWork's home conferencing Zoom certified speakerphone that is super brilliant, and it's available in Kickstarter now with a retail price of $180 and of course you can get it in the different early bird promos with the super early bird price going as low as 45% discount. So if you're interested in getting this speakerphone, definitely get it quick in the description below. So the S600 on the surface looks like your regular portable Bluetooth speaker, and in many ways it is, but with lots of great innovation going on inside. So starting with the top of the speaker, this is actually a Qi 2 wireless charging pad that is beautifully integrated into the speaker unit, where you actually can't notice that it's actually up there, and it actually has a 15-watt wireless charging speed, which is plenty good for your typical wireless charging. So the good news here is that the unit also tilts up about 70 degrees and allows you to easily move the unit around when you need to angle it for calls. So it stays on in any different angle that you push it with, and it has a very strong hinge to hold it on. So you can use it for conference calls, you can use it for watching movies, and I particularly love using this as my stand for me to play my PS5 games using PS Remote Play. So the hinge here is also really solid, where it takes some grip to actually flip the charger up. As I've mentioned, this is actually very sturdy, but it does stay in place, and the magnets are also extremely strong, and I can pick up the entire speaker just using the phone with a case on, but it's loose enough for me to just pull it apart when I need to. So pretty magical. So at the bottom here, you're gonna get a 5-watt speaker that gives you a fantastic 360-degree sound system, so you can place this however you like and still get the sound that you want. So at the bottom here are your touch controls that will light up for you to access them, and they look superb and easy to press. And the back of the speaker are also 2 buttons, a power on or off button as well as a Bluetooth pairing button. And below that you also get 2 Type-C ports, one for charging the device up and another one for transmission of data. And if you look around the speaker, you're going to see 4 small holes here around the speaker, 2 at the front, 2 at the back. And these 4 mic ports actually samples the surrounding sound and also picks up your voice using AI algorithm to intelligently wipe noise from your conversation. So we're going to talk a little bit about that later on. So below the speaker is also an intelligently integrated LED that will light up at certain scenarios, including when you turn the volume up or down, and the light will indicate the volume level, which is super cool. So the speaker comes with a very impressive 16 hours of battery life, tested in a medium volume level. So of course, if you use it at louder volumes most of the time, then the battery life is going to reduce pretty quickly, but 16 hours is actually really decent for a full day's work for a conference call. And because it has a great size battery, if you use a phone with wireless charging, you will be able to fully enjoy the 15 watts Qi 2 wireless charger, and it charges your phone really quickly as well while you're having your conference call. But do know that the wireless charging will always be slower than wired chargers, but it's also a good idea to top up your phone while you're using your phone through conference call, so that's pretty neat. So volume on the speaker is okay, but as a decent sized Bluetooth speakerphone, I wish it could go even louder earlier on in the range. So I can get to a comfortable listening volume when the speaker is at about arm's length away from me at about 50% volume, and it does get to a loud volume at about 90%, so that's pretty loud already. And really depending on the song that you use, and some songs I can play it at 100% without feeling it too loud. But nevertheless, this is still a 5-watt speaker, so we're not expecting it to have crazy powerful speaker or volume, but for what it's made for, a speakerphone, I think it works pretty well. So feature on this speaker is also pretty good, not so much from a codec perspective, but mostly on the AI capabilities. Chipset wise, you're going to get a Bluetooth 5.3 chipset with the SBC codec. So one of the cool features that the S600 has is a local real-time voice print recognition technology. So what this means is that you can record your own voice into the speaker, and the speaker learns your voice print and eliminates everyone else's voice other than the target voice print. So Ankerwork uses a professional-grade NPU chip, also known as Neural Processing Unit, to perform all this in local real-time computation of your voice without the need to connect to the internet or to figure out your voice signature. So there is also a Voice Radar 3.5 technology that uses AI to reduce noise for your surrounding, and Ankerwork has trained the AI intelligently to identify about 300 plus types of background noises, so your calls will be crystal clear. I've tried this with various different types of noise and I am super impressed, and we're going to check out the call test shortly. So Ankerwork also supplies you with a 30-watt charging brick out of the box to ensure that you get maximum speed when you're charging your device, which is a really awesome idea. They also supply you with two USB Type-C to Type-C cable, which is rated for this fast charging. So the S600 comes with the Ankerwork app, and it's a very easy app to use. And at the homepage here, you're going to get an image of your speaker unit and also a really tiny battery indicator at the top. And as to Anker or Soundcore's typical fashion, there is no battery percentage here. At the bottom, you get to control the volume level of your speaker and also set up the voice print recognition, where you will be provided with a paragraph of text to read to record your voice. So under the settings page, you get to turn on or off your prompt tones, the indicator lights, button lights, as well as to upgrade your firmware. And that's basically all the features you get with the Ankerwork app. So sound signature on the S600 is pretty good, keeping in mind that this speaker is designed as a speakerphone first and entertainment second. But with that idea, I think Ankerwork still did a fantastic job with this speaker's sound signature. So bass perspective, you're not going to get anything too deep because it's only a 5-watt speaker. It's mild, nothing too crazy, but has a nice subtle bass performance that at least gives you a mildly dynamic sound signature. But the speaker gives you a very wide soundstage, making the speaker sound like it's bigger than it actually is. Mids and highs on this speaker is good, but I think it's tuned in a way to emphasize more on the mid vocals, and you can hear that it's extremely prominent when listening to music with a lot of vocal emphasis, where the lows and highs are noticeably behind the vocals. So this is logical since this speaker needs to be tuned in a way that focuses on the vocals of your conference calls. And if you use this speaker for calls, it sounds great, and depending on the app that you use, call quality is generally great as well. So overall, a good sounding speakerphone that also doubles up as your Bluetooth speaker.
Came in and you're looking like a sign of grace. I know, but I can never match your name or face. My fault, I didn't notice it was out of place. You painted fairy tales on the wall, calling to the better of the halves of me. Please show me just a little bit of honesty. I hope I got a heart that I can salvage, but it's getting harder now to recall. I know well, but let out both dry. You could have anything you wanted it all for your fool's gold. And I know well, but deaf and half blind, you could get anything you wanted. Yeah, I would have handed it all over, falling for you.
So this is a test to see if the Ankerwork S600 is a good speakerphone for making phone calls or your conference calls. So this is me speaking in a relatively quiet environment, and this is the call quality that you can expect. So what I'm going to do now is to turn on a simulated background noise so you can hear a difference. And what I'm going to do now is to let you hear what the ambient sound like and then how the S600 sound like. So now there's a simulated background noise playing in the background, and this is the call quality that you can expect from this speaker. So what I'm going to do now is to turn on a simulated background noise so you can hear a difference. And what I'm going to do now is to let you hear what the ambient sound like and then how the S600 sound like.
So now there's a simulated background noise playing in the background, and this is the call quality that you can expect from this speaker. So what do you think of the call quality? Let me know in the comment section down below.
So what I'm going to do now is to also play some children playing noise, because this is the typical environment that you will be using your speakerphone at. So I'm going to play some children playing sounds, and you're going to see how the S600 perform. So this is how loud the children noise is around me, and this is how the S600 would sound if you're using this for conference call. So I think the S600 does a really good job at cancelling out any type of noise, whether it's children playing, whether it's cafe noise. I think it does a really good job at cancelling out those noise. So what do you think of the call quality?
Let me know in the comment section down below.
So although the S600 is not built specifically as a gaming speaker, it still allows you to use entertainment apps, and like me, as I've mentioned, I play my PS5 games with this, so latency is something I truly care about. The latency with gaming is very good and almost no delay in real time, and watching movies and videos on this is also great. So anyways, let's take a look at the latency performance of this speaker. So I think this works really well as its intended purposes, and I cannot remember how many times working from home and my kids walk in and say a bunch of weird stuff, and I can't mute my mic in time, and with the voice print technology that will not happen anymore. So with working from home getting more and more common now, I think you can really use the AnkerWork S600 to embrace and improve your working from home experience. So that is it for this video. If you find this video helpful, smash that thumbs up button, share this video everywhere, and if you haven't yet subscribed, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.